Right, so I'm almost done with work today, and as soon as I get home, the main thing I want to do is try to finish up the middle island, at least the big parts of it, the structure. There are going to be a lot of details that I'll have to wait for a little while to do. One of them being I have to get a table saw to do some little thin cuts, but I'm looking forward to it. so we ended up buying pretty much the cheapest wood we could. And after taking care of it a little bit with some sanding, this is the difference between an old and a new. And I think it does do a pretty good job. And we have some newer ones, some ones that we sanded that are even better quality. And I made a bit of a stack. This is the best quality to go to the furthest down because it's the most visible, the middle, and then the ones that we weren't able to repair as much, but they're still really good. Just you can see some waves right here a little bit more, but I feel after we paint them and they're going to be all the way to the top, they'll be all right. I found the cleaner stuff under the sink.
Oh, so you put it where it makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
For once.
I know.
Alright, so you want me to do it the way the outside table is to where we were at the corners? Okay. Alright, I'll just look up with the 100 grit and do that. Okay, so took us about 9 minutes to do the whole thing, and I did try to do a little bit in here, so it's looking pretty nice. And in comparison, it looked about the same as the one below before we did it, so it definitely has brought out the color. Looks very nice, but if you look at it, some of them still look wet, some of them are beginning to look dry, and maybe coming this way. Time you see some that look dry, but they're not. But I think the camera is not doing it justice because the camera is correcting for light, so it's very it's not very it makes it look whiter. It's actually a little bit redder, and then making this one look like it's red, but it's not. Alright, after a couple of hours, maybe a little bit more, this is the fourth layer of, what was the product that we got?
Cutting board oil, Howard cutting board oil.
Yeah, and that treats it, and then eventually we're gonna put also the conditioner on it, which is the Howard Butcher Block conditioner. And the way you do this, and we've been pretty good at this, you do one layer and you leave it at least an hour. They recommend 24 hours, but they also recommend 3 to 4 layers. And I don't want to spend 4 days waiting to do 4 layers, because they require, if it is 1.5 inches or more, they require 3 to 4 layers, and this is 1.5 inches.
Can do overnight with the food.
Yeah, but anyway, so we start putting some of the front trim stuff in there, and then underneath we put all the wood, so it looks good, I think. And I pulled also the wires to have the plugs in there. And because our floor was not quite even, but I evened the table out, I ended up giving it a little bit of a gap and straighten the first board, and everything else fit perfectly. All the way to the top, it was even. And we have been doing also underneath. And then, just to kind of show and tell the wiring, we brought that wire from downstairs. I anchored it on multiple spots, and it goes up here. And I don't know if you guys can tell. Let's see. Oh, you can't. It's a little bit too dark. But I was putting one of the nails, and it came right above it, right here. But it's too dark to see. Oh well. So this is the back of it, and then we're gonna be painting it.
Oh wait, yeah.